Welcome back. Joining us now is Brooke Buford from Cleco, here to talk about hurricane preparedness. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So obviously hurricane season is right around the corner. We got June 1st coming up this Sunday. How can people, or how is Cleco essentially preparing for that hurricane season?
So we prepare year round. That's one thing we want people to know. We're constantly checking our lines. We're doing all those things, having the checklists, making sure that we have materials on hand in case a storm does strike. That's normal for us. Lately, as you know, because you tagged along with it a few weeks ago, we have been doubling our vegetation management. So we're going to neighborhoods where there's overgrown hazardous trees that are impacting our rights of way. We're trimming those limbs back so that in hopes when a storm does come through, it really does help with outages. And we saw that just a few days ago.
Sure.
Trees can really make a difference, especially ones that come down. So we're trying to keep our lines clear as much as possible.
Yeah, and I mean, that vegetation, like you never know where that's going to land at or anything like that. So it's always important to just be prepared for that.
That's true. And that's the #1 cause of our unplanned power outages. So we'd like to make sure that if there's some obvious branches in the lines, we're clearing those so that when hurricane season does come through, it's helping with reliability.
Absolutely. So we kind of saw it on the screen just a moment ago. How should customers kind of prepare for that hurricane, that kind of prep list?
Well, so the one thing we really want to stress, of course, is have a storm kit. So we used to talk about this all the time. Not everybody always has one, or you have it scattered about. So we have some information on the screen about it, but you want to have enough water, a gallon per person per day for drinking and sanitation. You want, of course, non-perishable food items, a first aid kit, flashlight, batteries, medications, cash, and of course, important documents, because if you do need to leave, you want to make sure you have that with you. And then one thing sometimes people forget about is making sure that their vehicle is ready in case you do need to evacuate.
Absolutely.
Especially in this area, sometimes we get a little bit more comfortable. We think more of South Louisiana, but make sure things are tip-top shape and you're fueled up.
Yeah, definitely getting the fuel up, because you never know where that storm's going to go, where that's going to happen at. So as people start to get prepared and kind of get ready for this kind of thing, obviously power may go out in some circumstances. So how can people be prepared for that instance?
Well, the first thing we want to let people know, if you do see lines down, don't approach them. Some people might think, oh, it's just a cable line, or I don't know if it's live. We don't want people to take any chances. If you see one, you can call our 1-800 number. It's our customer service number. It's 1-800-622-6537, and we want you to call 911 as well, especially if it could be a hazard. Also, generator safety. So we know a lot of people use generators. Of course, follow the manufacturer's directions.
Yes.
We stress this all the time too. Don't put it in an enclosed space. Keep it out of your garage. Keep it away from windows. Keep it away from vents. And when it is time to refuel, make sure it is off and cooled down. You also want to make sure that you're using the proper wattage with it, with that generator, plugging things directly into it, using grounded extension cords. All those tips will come in handy. And one more reminder too is to make sure you have a carbon monoxide detector. A lot of people sometimes don't have those, and when you're operating a generator, you want to have one in your house.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially for people that have generators, people that use them, they may not know exactly what's going on with that thing, so definitely important to stay prepared for that. Any final tips for people?
Really just, you know, with storm season, if you need to report an outage, of course, we generally do know when your power goes out, but you can call our 1-800 number. Again, that's on the screen. You can also report it through your My Account on our website, or through the outage map. So if we thank everybody. Everybody's usually really great with us. When we do have outages, our line mechanics are working hard. Our whole reliability team is working hard. So we want to get the power back as quickly as possible and safely as possible.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Brooke Buford with Cleco, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, Colin.
Absolutely.